and welcome to Bot of the Week. And this week was a very interesting week, and I have a lot of things to talk about. So yeah, let's get into this. So I think we're gonna start with Battlewood's. The newest episode was really good, actually. I really enjoyed the episode. It's been a while since I just sat down and watched the episode, so that might be a reason why. And I really wanted Rotator to win, and I actually predicted he was going to win, so I'm kind of happy for myself. So I've known Rotator was going to fight Tombstone since about, I didn't find it out, though it was possible to know that Rotator was going to fight Tombstone since the very first episode. I think I found it out about, episode 3. But if you just checked the first episode and all the things that were happening in that episode, you could kind of tell. So anyway, I wanted Rotator to win. I thought that he was going to win. I thought that Sawblaze was going to lose, and that Rotator was somehow gonna win. And yeah, I ended up being right, which was kind of cool. I want to talk about some other stuff. I wanted Blacksmith to beat Sawblaze. I thought that Sawblaze was going to win, though. Duck versus Lockjaw. I wanted Lockjaw to win, I'm pretty sure, because I did not want to fall to 2-1, but I'd rather not have I rather wanted the Lockjaw not to fall all the way to 2-1, reversed 1 and 2, so I liked that Lockjaw won. Railgun Max seemed to be potent once again, so nice. And I think we should get to Bot of the Week. So this week we had Ribot, Sidewinder, Scorpios, Sawblaze, Rotator, Shatter, and Sherco Prion. And for being on scale, this was probably my worst week at being on scale. Rotator is massively oversized. Ribot is oversized. Sherco Prion might be undersized. So yeah, this week was not the greatest for scale wise, but other than that, it turned out pretty good. So I think the first robot that's going to go is Shatter. Yep, I chose Shatter. And that's basically only because of these. These are way too small. And also, his hammer is not that strong. In my opinion, my hammer for Shatter is not that strong. Though I mean, it should have some pretty strong armor. But yeah, I just didn't like Shatter that much. And the next bot to go will be Rotator, just because he's oversized and also his blades do not work basically at all. These spin so badly, so poorly. I bet you could probably get them to work, but I just could not. So yeah, that's Rotator. So we're gonna kind of have to go through this pretty quick. The next bot is easily Ribot. I actually got these to go to the ground, but again, this weapon sucks at spinning, and it just makes him go straight off the ground for quite a bit. Actually, that's the main reason Rotator ended up being so large. Because I made him after Ribot, I'm pretty sure, and I just did not want his undercutter to make him not be able to touch the ground that well. So I ended up making his wheels massive. These wheels are ginormous. Here's Ribot's wheels. That is tiny. So I did. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, and honestly, from here, there's 3 that are very good contenders. And then there's one that's not, but just got here because the others I had many major problems with. So the next bot to go will be Sidewinder, and his weapon works. Technically, it just sometimes gets stuck. But other than that, it's kind of jerky-ish. But other than that, it works pretty well. So, you know, I was pretty happy with that. The wedgelets work really pretty well, actually. I think they're attached pretty well. Honestly, it came out pretty nicely. So, yeah, I don't really have that much problem with it. So, yeah. So, then there were 3. And those 3 are Sharkoprion, Sawblaze, and Scorpios. And the next bot to go is sadly Sharkoprion. I like this robot. The blade works, even though I'm spinning it downwards. The tail you can technically kind of bend. The wheels turn out pretty nice. The wheel guards are pretty good, I'd say. And the design came out really nicely, actually. I thought the model came out really well, just a bit too small. I mean, here's Sawblaze. Then again, Sawblaze is pretty large. Yeah, but yeah, Sharkoprion, pretty good. I really like this model. So, you know. Anyway, next bots. There are 2 bots, Scorpios and Sawblaze. I wonder who's going to go. It's got to be Sawblaze. And that's just because my Scorpios model came out so well, in my opinion. This model was really good, in my opinion. Had the saw. As you can see. Had this, like, backish piece, I guess you could say. Had this wedgelet design. And yeah, it works really well as well, I guess. I mean, has the wedges. I think that he's lower, but anyway, this came out really nicely, actually. I think this came out really nicely, and I don't really have much else to say. So that does mean the bot of the week is Scorpios. And that's just because this came out so well. This, like, the wedgelets came out really well. Also, I figured out a way to get them to go pretty low. You just cut off this, like, bottomish area, as you can see. It changes the height. If you're using card, you really don't need to do that, though. But if you're using cardboard, I recommend doing it. It gets really low. Probably the lowest wedge in the whole competition. The saw works. You know, just came out really nice. So I think it's time to talk about the other robots I made this week. Now, there is one more, but he's kind of in beta testing, so we're not going to go through to him yet. But let's just take a look at these robots. We're just going to start with Mouser Mecha Catbot 1999 edition, so I think it's just Mouser Catbot or whatever. Not Mecha Catbot, because it doesn't have the cyborg design or whatever. Sorry if you guys hear some background noise or whatever. This works. Came out pretty nice in my opinion. Looks really nice. So, you know, I really liked this bot. It came out really well. So, not much else to say. Its flipping power, not very good, but other than that, I really like the design. Came out pretty well. So, next bot. Let's talk about this bot, okay. Razor. I've had this request for so long. I had to get it done at some point, so I got it done finally, and it actually came out really nicely. Pretty low to the ground. This came out pretty nicely. You have here a little razor crusher piece, the self-writers or whatever. Came out really nicely in my opinion, so, you know, pretty good. These extra bots came out all really well. Next bot. The Wedgebot La Machine that is not invertible on basically 4 surfaces. Wait, 3 surfaces, I'm pretty sure. But 1996, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, Wedgebot. Not very low, in my opinion, though it depends how you do it yourself. So, you know, could be much lower. Came out pretty nicely, though. It looks pretty accurate, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's La Machine. 1996 BattleBots, I'm pretty sure. Here's Bronco. And I have to explain why I redid this robot. I uploaded a video called how to build a Bronco, kind of. And that was because my Bronco model was very, very annoying to make. I made it at 10 o'clock in the night, okay? I was really tired. I did not want to be making a robot at that time, so it didn't come out that well. What an amazing robot. So, you know, I really want to revisit this robot. And it came out so nicely. The flipper works. The wheels stay on pretty well. The wheel guards are pretty good. Has the right shape. It gets low enough. The wedgelets kind of sort of look really. They're kind of wedgelets look really good. And I just thought this model came out so well. So you know, Bronco, pretty good. Final bot is a teaser for something I might be doing. I'm pretty sure I am doing. I actually am starting to prepare the arena for it. And that is a robot competition. And I have gotten questions about doing that. And so this is my first custom bot that I made on my own. I'm just gonna call it a custom bot. And that is Toxic Shot. I uploaded a preview of him. Also, if you're wondering why it's so he's a giant egg beater, actually. Inside are batteries, which means it should have a pretty strong impact. So let's just do a test spin. He has that as a problem, though. He can't self-right. As you can see, his weapon's so strong, he ends up, doing things like that. So I think, okay, so there you go. Oh, wow. Okay, so say this happens to him, right? He can kind of just use his weapon as a way to just move his body like so, and then using his and then this piece comes out kind of in forward, and then he self-rights. And now he can fall over again. Now the tournament I'm pretty sure, I'm not exactly sure how I want to do it, but he's going to be basically my own entry. There is one more robot I made. Again, he's in beta testing. Acid Flame. So, you know, he's a beta test though, so yeah, anyway. As you can see, he has a lot of weight in his weapon, which does cause that. And he doesn't hit his opponents that much, so I mean, overall, it's not gonna be a good robot. But I just wanted to make it. Also, I really like egg beaters. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna test this bot out quite a bit. Oh wow, he got on his head. Okay. So as you can see, he's self-righting, and there we go. Also, if you guys are wondering why I didn't upload a video about how to build today, it was because I was very busy. Though I did get my Son of Waiachi instructions done, because that's the robot I was supposed to make today. So I should get him and Sub-Zero out. Also, a viewer wanted me to make the Season 3 version of him, so that's what I did for him. So I'm not done with Sub-Zero's instructions, but we're doing Season 3 as well as for Tantrum as well. So I mean, not that I kind of wanted. I feel like doing the flipper is gonna be more simple, because I realized doing the puncher weapon would be much harder, especially since it's gonna be touch. It would most likely not even spin that well, which I don't really want. So yeah. I think this is probably going to be the end of this video. So we kind of started the week with undercutters that were not that good, and then we gradually made our way forward, and it got much better. So, you know, overall, pretty decent week.